Welcome to the channel. My name is Coach and I'm your go-to source for everything relating to NXT, and tonight was the first episode after Halloween Havoc, and what's seemingly always happening now, it's become a trend, is the women's division absolutely shines and outshines the men's division. This is the best women's division in the whole world. It's been said countless times, but it needs to be said again. So let's look at what happened on tonight's NXT. The first match of the night was a casket match between Tatum Paxley and Wendy Chu, and Tatum Paxley picks up the victory after a really tough match, and this was a really fun match. NXT just knows how to do these hardcore women's matches. Like a while back we had Jada Parker versus Michin, that was an incredible hardcore match. Tonight was no different, and I'm glad Tatum Paxley got a victory. She's been taking a lot of L's recently, so giving her a nice big victory, it's good to see. And for Wendy Chu, I'm wondering what's happening with her, because we've wrapped up this feud with Tatum Paxley now, and we also wrapped up that whole alliance she had with Rosemary, so it's seeming like we're tying up all her loose ends. Is she going to a new direction, maybe turning babyface again, or maybe she's going to the main roster? I don't know, but I definitely hope we do something good with her, because since she's returned, she's been an absolute bright spot on NXT. Then we have a promo from Trick Williams. He calls out Bubba Ray Dudley and he wants to team up with Bubba Ray Dudley against Ethan Page and Ridge Holland on next week's episode in the ECW arena. But Bubba Ray Dudley he says no, he's not interested, he's too old to fight. But we get some advancements in this story later tonight. Ava then says backstage, it's an intriguing match, but who's gonna team up with Trick Williams? And then RVD is there and he says he wants to be there next week, and he walks off because he says he has an idea. And then we see Wesley in the back and he's like confused and he follows RVD. And then Kelani Jordan walks up. This was very chaotic. She wants a shot at Fallon for the Women's North American Championship. Nikita Lyons says she just lost it. She also comes out of nowhere, and this sets up a match between Nikita and Kelani Jordan later. Absolute chaos, but I loved what happened here. Like I said, chaos in wrestling, it's just my favorite thing. Then we had Lexis King with William Regal versus Charlie Dempsey with the NQCC for the Heritage Cup. And I have to admit, I was wrong. I am really enjoying what you're doing with Lexis King. This babyface turn of him, although slow, it's very effective and I'm really starting to like him. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm starting to buy Lexis King as a face. Now this was really good, but Charlie Dempsey won after Lexis King refused to cheat. William Regal tried giving him some brass knuckles, but he gave it back. He said he's not his father. Charlie Dempsey hit him with his finisher and won the match. Now I'm glad Charlie Dempsey won, and it makes sense for the story. Lexis King didn't need to win this, but I do hope we get to see more of William Regal. Whether it's with Lexis King or something else, I just love seeing William Regal. So that was fun, and I'm really enjoying what we're doing with Lexis King right now. Backstage, Tony D'Angelo gets a call, and it's apparently from Nunzio. Now, me personally, ECW was way before my time, so I had no idea what they're talking about. So I went and did some research, and Nunzio was a member or the leader of the Full-Blooded Italians back in ECW. And now, honestly, this makes so much sense. Tony D'Angelo is this Italian mafia family, and Nunzio is like full-blooded. You get it, makes sense. So I'm excited to see what we're doing with this next week. I don't think the dude's gonna have a match. He's in his 50s now, and I don't think he's had a match in a while. But again, it's just something cool to see. Even though it's not nostalgic to me, I'm sure it's going to be to some people. And honestly, I just want to see some cool old school wrestlers coming back and just teaching me more about the past of wrestling. Then we had Zaria's debut match, and it was against Brinley Reese. And just a quick note, I'm so happy for Brinley Reese. Recently, she's gotten a lot more screen time. Although it's not been matches, she's got a lot of screen time, and she's got a lot of matches on TNA. So they're clearly trying to do something with her, and I've really enjoyed her work. She's like such a good pure babyface, and I've really enjoyed it. So I'm happy she's getting the spotlight, and this is a very big opportunity for her. But again, Zaria wins, and after the match, this is where the most amazing stuff of the show happened to me. Then Fatal Influence, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez come out, and they want to give her some payback for what she did this past weekend on Halloween Havoc. Then Kelani Jordan comes out to help Zaria, and then Group A, which is Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Fatal Influence, I'll just call them Group A. They say, oh, it's still 2-on-5, we got it. Then Stephanie, Vaquer and Giulia come to back them up, but they're still like, yeah, it's still 4-on-5, you know? He's still gonna beat you up. And then damn, Jordynne Grace comes out. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this. Fatal Influence, Cora Jade, and Roxanne Perez are going up against the literal Avengers, like Jordynne Grace, Zaria, Kelani Jordan, Stephanie Vaquer, and Giulia. They don't stand a chance against those girls. Like, it's gonna be an absolute massacre. Part of me wished like this was on Survivor Series War Games. I know it's not realistic, but like that would be such a cool moment for NXT and to show how far their women's division is. But still, this match is happening next week, so I'm very excited for it. Like, I want to see this match and I hope it goes like 30-40 minutes. Like, this could be the only match on the card and I would still be very, very happy. But this was such a cool moment. But Kelani Jordan has to stay in the ring because she has a match right after against Nikita Lyons. Now, Nikita Lyons had the upper hand in the match, but Rizzo comes out and it's been confirmed now. Nikita Lyons was the one who attacked Rizzo last week. So Nikita Lyons gets distracted. Kelani Jordan hits her finisher. Kelani Jordan picks up the victory. It was a fine little match, nothing too spectacular. But Rizzo and Nikita Lyons keep fighting after the match, and this is leading to a feud. Again, I'm happy Rizzo's getting more action. She hasn't done anything of significance since like February when she teamed up with the family at Vengeance Day or Valentine's Day Massacre. I can't remember the pay-per-view's name, but that's the last time I remember doing anything of significance. So now having a feud with the returning Nikita Lyons, it gives both of them something interesting to do. Again, I'm excited for it. And then Ethan Page and Ridge Holland are in the ring. They're throwing some words at each other. I'm glad Ridge Holland is not just a lackey to Ethan Page. I thought that's where they're going. I was wrong, so I apologize. Ridge Holland's still very much his own person, and he and Bubba Ray Dudley get into some words. And then Ethan Page, Ridge Holland, they attack Bubba Ray Dudley. Trick Williams comes out to save him, and it's official. Next week, Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley will team up. That's gonna be so cool. Again, Bubba Ray Dudley and like the Dudley boys, they were before my time, but I do remember Bubba Ray as Bully Ray in TNA. Because TNA is what got me into wrestling. I remember Bully Ray and Team 3D in TNA 2013, 14, around that time. So then we just get a package for Jada Parker and Lola Vice. Dawn Marie will be the special guest referee, and I have to say, the way they're incorporating all these ECW nostalgia acts are very well done. Like Dawn Marie as the special guest referee in a hardcore match, Nunzio as this member of the family, Bubba Ray Dudley being the big nostalgia act in a match, and then somehow RVD is going to do something too. We're getting to that. It's all been pretty well incorporated and it doesn't feel like forced. It feels very natural, and that's what I like about this. And then in the main event for the tag team championships, Fraxium defeats Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander to retain the tag team championships. A result we all expected, but the match was pretty good. Wesley came out during the match and Javon Evans just completely lost it and went after him, leaving Cedric Alexander alone. And Cedric actually almost won the match on his own, but he couldn't pull it off. Fraxium picked up the victory. Then Javon Evans and Wesley were still fighting backstage. Ava couldn't break them up. Then RVD came up. He said, you know what? I have an idea for next week. And then he just leaves, not telling us. So I don't know what's going to happen there. What I don't want to happen is I don't want him to just be a special guest referee too. Because RVD is old, but he can still move. Like, it wasn't that long ago. Like, he has matches frequently. I know he can still put on like a solid like 3-4 minute match. I know we don't always like short matches, but they're not bad. Or, you know, he can be in a tag team match. Either way, I want to see him in action. I want to see him like just as a enforcer or referee. But definitely next week's episode is going to be absolutely insane. I'm so excited for it. And if I had to give tonight's show a ranking like I do on the end of each of my videos, tonight's episode was a 10 out of 10. It was so good and has me so hyped for next week. Like, it's just so good. NXT is on fire. Ever since moving to the CW, they've been on a tear, and this show was no other. Like, it was amazing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video because I surely enjoyed NXT tonight. Definitely go watch it if you haven't. So yeah, join the community, leave a like and subscribe, leave something in the comments. I hope to see you around more because like I really do appreciate you guys. So thank you for watching the video. I'm sending love to all around the world and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.